Hello friends, welcome to Relatively Refined. My name is Paula. Well, today we are diving into one of my favorite seasonal rabbit holes, crime at Christmas. There is something so irresistible, at least to me, about a classic crime novel set during the holiday season. If that sounds like something you'd enjoy, then stick around and let's get started. Recently, I was reading my new book, Silent Nights, which is from the British Library Crime Classics collection. It's a series of short stories by well-known mystery writers that take place during the holiday season. There are stories by Ngaio Marsh, Dorothy L. Sayers, G.K. Chesterton. Who else is in here? Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Nicholas Blake, Edmund Crispin, Leo Bruce, all kinds of wonderful writers. And I keep it by my bedside table, or on my bedside table, and I doze off each night reading a classic Christmas crime short story. And I thought to myself, I can't be the only person who loves crime at Christmas. And it doesn't seem to be something that goes together, but there is something so lovely about the atmospheric setting of a wintry landscape and lavish Christmas decorations, twinkling lights, and then just the hint of a murder. I love that juxtaposition. And if you do as well, then you're going to really love this video. Well, we are starting with a classic among classics. If you read just one Christmas mystery this season, read this one, and that is Hercule Poirot's Christmas by Agatha Christie. It is everything you want in a golden age mystery. A very wealthy and deeply unpleasant patriarch has gathered his family around him for Christmas. Tensions are running high, but everyone is pretending to be cheerful. And then he is found murdered on Christmas Eve inside a locked room. Hercule Poirot is called in to solve the mystery, and as per usual, he uncovers lots of secrets, twists and turns, and layers upon layers of deep resentment. This is classic Christie at its best. So as I said, if you read only one classic Christmas mystery this season, read Hercule Poirot's Christmas by Agatha Christie. If you want something equally as good but a little bit lighter by Agatha Christie, I would suggest The Adventures of the Christmas Pudding. It is the title story in a series of short stories, and it involves, of course, a Christmas pudding, a jewel thief, and lots of twists and turns that Hercule Poirot has to navigate in order to solve the mystery. It's very fun, very lighthearted, and once again, it's a series of short stories. So these are really fun in much the same way that the British crime classic Silent Night stories are easy to dip in and out of. This one is as well. So if you're not going to read the Hercule Poirot's Christmas and you want some Agatha Christie, then The Adventures of the Christmas Pudding is one that I also recommend. Next up is Tied Up in Tinsel by Ngaio Marsh. This book was made for reading on a snowy December afternoon. It takes place in a grand old house out in the English countryside filled with eccentric guests. The home's owner, Hilary Tasman, I think his name is kind of a theatrical, very eccentric gentleman. And he has been restoring this house, and he is determined to recreate the perfect old-fashioned Christmas, complete with greens, a sparkling tree, a wassail bowl, and all of the other kind of Christmas traditions. He has hired a staff to man the party and serve the house, and everyone on his staff is a reformed murderer, because what could go wrong with a plan like that? Anyway, he throws this lavish party, and one of the guests is the wife of Inspector Roderick Allen, who is Ngaio Marsh's detective. And during the course of the night, the only non-reformed household member goes missing, and it soon becomes clear that he did not go missing of his own accord and that there are some unusual circumstances surrounding his disappearance. And it goes on from there. Roderick Allen gets involved at the behest of his wife, and we have a classic closed circle English manor house mystery set at Christmas time. This is not quite as well known as Hercule Poirot's Christmas, but Tied Up in Tinsel is one of my favorite Golden Age crime mysteries set during the Christmas season. Next up is The Nine Tailors by Dorothy L. Sayers. While not set specifically at Christmas time, this book is set at New Year. It starts out with Lord Peter Wimsey and his manservant Bunter getting stranded in the village of Fenchurch, St. Paul after a car accident. The local vicar welcomes them in and provides them with some refuge. And when the church comes up short a bell ringer for the hours-long bell ringing ceremony they have planned to ring in the new year, Lord Peter Wimsey volunteers to help. And that sets the tone for the whole novel. The stark winter landscape, the pealing of bells, and the sense that the past is speaking through every stone and every bell into the present. Months later, a man or a corpse is discovered in the church's graveyard. No one can identify him. He is buried in a grave that is not his, and the circumstances of his death seem to be very, very mysterious. He doesn't have any injuries. It doesn't appear to be foul play. It doesn't have any obvious signs for the cause of death or why he ended up in that church's graveyard. So Lord Peter Wimsey is called in to investigate. And investigate he does. And in doing so, he unravels all sorts of deep, dark secrets, tangled webs, and so forth. And this is just a wonderfully atmospheric book. It's just one of the very best, I think, of Dorothy L. Sayers' novels. So if you're looking for an atmospheric, wintry mystery to read during those cool December days or long January nights, I would suggest The Nine Tailors by Dorothy L. Sayers. Next up is Envious Casca by Georgette Heyer. It has also been published under the name Christmas Party. This is the story of, it takes place during a very dysfunctional family's Christmas gathering. The matriarch or patriarch of the family, Nathaniel, has allowed his brother and sister-in-law to gather the whole family together for a lavish Christmas. However, everyone seems to be irritated with each other. It's very clear that no one can stand each other. And most of all, the patriarch Nathaniel seems to be getting into an argument with absolutely everyone there. There seems to be many concealed motives and more than one person who looks to be waiting on an inheritance to happen very soon. Well, as is wont to happen in a Golden Age mystery, Nathaniel ends up murdered in a room in a situation that seems impossible upon first glance. Enter Inspector Hemingway, one of Hayer's most entertaining and wittiest detectives. His investigation unravels a tangle of jealousy, romantic entanglements, and financial desperation. Every interview reveals a new inconsistency or motive. Everyone in the household has something to hide. Envious Casca delivers everything you want in a Golden Age crime. A locked house full of unhappy and quarreling relatives, a locked room murder, and lots of twists and turns to keep you guessing who done it until the very last page. Mistletoe Murders and Other Stories by P.D. James is a set of 4 short stories. And while only the title story is set at Christmas time, all of the stories showcase James' cool intelligence, her psychological insight, and her old-fashioned storytelling ability. The opening story is a darkly elegant Christmas murder. A war widow is spending the Christmas season at her estranged grandmother's estate, where she finds herself amidst a group of very uneasy neighbors. When a guest is brutally murdered in the night, the narrator looks back years later on the series of events and clues leading up to that to see what could she have missed about that evening. And the twist in this lies in the psychologically sharp revelation that P.D. James delivers in her very understated style. It is a very atmospheric mystery, chillingly calm, and wonderfully told in James's inimitable storytelling style. Next up is A Rumpole Christmas. This is a witty collection of short stories featuring crime fiction's most beloved curmudgeon, Horace Rumpole. He is the cigar-smoking, poetry-quoting barrister who seems to have a knack for defending the seemingly indefensible. Written by John Mortimer with his trademark blend of humor, legal insight, and satire, these short stories feature the small moral battles of the festive season, all as seen through the world-weary eyes of Horace Rumpole. Across the stories, Rumpole navigates a series of Christmas predicaments, from difficult relatives to spirited holiday gatherings to clients whose Yuletide cheer doesn't quite match the seriousness of their legal troubles. Whether he is navigating family feuds, exposing a Christmas scam, or resisting the efforts of his formidable wife Hilda, also known as She Who Must Be Obeyed, Rumpole does it all with his usual wit and stubbornness. These are such fun stories, and if you've seen the BBC special Rumpole at the Bailey, you know how fun and funny Rumpole can be. He is just irascible, kind of curmudgeonly, as I said, and very, very funny. Next, we have A Highland Christmas by M.C. Beaton. This features her detective, Hamish Macbeth. He is always grumpy, but secretly tender-hearted. It takes place in the small Scottish village of Loch Duve, I think that's how you pronounce that, and features not a murder, but instead two more gentle mysteries. One is the disappearance of a young girl who has run away from her strict religious family, and secondly is the disappearance of the town's Christmas decorations. So instead of navigating a murder scene, instead Hamish is navigating feuding neighbors, lonely villagers, and the clash between modernism and tradition. It is really truly heartwarming, and in so solving these little mysteries, Hamish not only recovers the Christmas decorations, but also restores the town's Christmas cheer. Just a delightful and heartwarming mystery that is perfect for curling up with next to a fire on a December afternoon. And finally, we have A Christmas Murder by Frances Duncan. This is a classic whodunit. It takes place in an English estate in the countryside where an eclectic group of guests have gathered to celebrate the perfect Christmas. The atmosphere is festive, the decorations are elaborate, and everyone seems determined to have a great time. But beneath the cheer, tensions simmer. There are old rivalries, resentments, and romantic implications. And it takes a turn for the worse when a body is discovered murdered beneath the Christmas tree. And Mordecai Tremaine, the kind of mild-mannered detective, or amateur sleuth really, has to figure out who done it. This is a classic English country manor closed circle mystery, and it's very atmospheric. The snowy landscape, the perfect Christmas, the lavish decorations, and the seemingly impossible murder. Well, that wraps up our little journey into the snow-dusted world of crime at Christmas. Whether you enjoy a classic closed circle mystery, a golden age puzzle, or just something with a little hint of mischief, I hope you found some new mysteries that you can curl up with this season. If you've read any of these or you have others to add to the list, I would love for you to leave your suggestions in the comment section below. I'm always looking for new book recommendations. If you have made it this far in the video and you don't have a recommendation or you don't want to leave a comment, but you want to let me know that you are here, go ahead and leave a magnifying glass or a deerstalker cap in the comments section so that I know that you're here, or a book emoji, whatever emoji you'd like down in the comment section. Those emojis and comments really do help out our channel. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone else you think might enjoy this type of content. In the meantime, I will leave a few other videos linked at the end of this one. Take good care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.